So dear student, so today we discuss regarding the introduction to the human reproductive system as well as introduction to the male reproductive systems along with their organs and the hormones. So regarding human reproductions, so reproductions is the process, okay, or phenomena, a life process, so that was helpful for the productions of the offsprings. So it was concerned with the humans means, so that was known as the human reproductions. And reproductive system, it was mainly consist of the sexual reproductive system and asexual reproductive systems. And asexual reproductive system, so that was occurs are present in the unicellular. So where the offsprings are produced genetically, they are same to the parents during the cell division only. So those microorganisms or those organisms, so they are having the or they are belongs to the unicellular. So where the reproductive system is a asexual reproductive system. So where the offsprings, so they are produced are generated, so during the cell division. So whatever the offsprings, so they are produced by asexual reproductive system, so they are genetically same, so that of with the parents. So regarding the, so those organisms, so they are belongs to the multicellular organisms including human beings. So they having the sexual reproductive system and the offsprings, so they are genetically differ from the parents. So regarding the human reproductive system, so the reproductive systems of human, it can include the formations of the gametes, so that was known as the gametogenesis. That is the start with the formations of gametes. So in the males, the sperms will be the forms. So in the female, the ovum will be the forms. So it is known as the gametogenesis. Then the sperms, so that can undergo the insemination. Inseminations means the transport of the sperms into the female genital organs or genital tracts. So that phenomena, that is the transfers of the sperms into the female, so that phenomena is known as the inseminations. Then after that, so due to insemination, the sperms, so they are fused with the ovums. Okay, the sperms, so they are fused with the ovum, so that phenomena is known as the fertilization. So it has occurs in the fallopian tubes. So where the sperms, so it can fuse with the ovums from the females. So that was known as the fertilizations. Further, so those fusions, so they are responsible for the formations of the zygote. And further, the zygote, so they are formed and develop into a blastocytes. Then these blastocytes from the fallopian tubes, so they are attached to the uterine walls. Okay, they are migrated towards the uterus. So where, so they are attached to the uterine wall. So that phenomena is known as the implantation. So where the blastocytes from the zygote, that is the fusions of the sperms and ovum, so they are implanted or they are attached to the uterine wall and further development. So that phenomena is known as the implantations. Then further, so they blastocytes, so they are grow, that was known as the embryonic development or womb development, or that phenomena is known as the gestation period. So gestation period normally in the human beings, so that should be the 9th month, that is around 10 to 12 days. Okay, so that is the 9 months is the normal gestation period and average normal gestation periods in the human reproductive systems. Then after completions of the gestation periods or complete development of the womb or embryonic development, so that can eligible for to deliver of the baby. So that was known as the labor or parturitions. That is the delivery of the baby. So that was known as the parturition. So like that, the various events so that are occurs in the human reproductive system. It can start with the formations of the gametes, then that is the regarding the formations of the sperms in the male and ovum in the females. Okay, so then, so that was insemination, that introduction to sperms into the female genital organs. Then that was fused with the ovum. So that phenomena was known as the fertilization. Then fertilization is responsible for the formations of fusion. So that was known as the zygote. And further the zygote, so they are developed and formed into a blastocytes. And these blastocytes from the fallopian tubes, so they are enter or attached to the uterine wall. So that phenomena is known as the implantation. So after implantations only the gestation period will be the started. Okay, that is the embryonic development or womb development. So that was known as the gestations. So after completions of gestation, so there is a parturition, that is the delivery of the baby. So here the various hormones, so they are play an important role in the parturitions or gestations or blastocytes. So regarding the develop, that is the formations of the gametes in the sperms, the testosterone, so it was play an important role. The testosterone, so under the influence of the LH, so LH is the luteinizing hormone, so it was synthesized from the pituitary gland under the influence of the hypothalamus. So hypothalamus gives signal to the pituitary gland. So when the boys they reaches to the puberty age or puberty period, so on that time hypothalamus continuously it can give the signal to the pituitary gland. Then pituitary gland involved in secretions of more FSH and LH. So that luteinizing hormone it can enters toward the testes and responsible for the secretions of the testosterones. Then testosterone, so along with the follicle stimulating hormone, it was involved in the development of the sperm. So like that in the female, the estrogen and progesterone, so they are play an important role in the formations of the ovum. So these two hormones, so they are secreted from the ovaries maximum amount under the influence of the once again FSH and LH. So already you know the FSH, that is the follicular stimulating hormone, LH that is the luteinizing hormone. So these are the anterior pituitary hormones. They are secreted from the anterior parts of the pituitary gland under the influence or signals from the hypothalamus. So like that the FSH, LH, so and along with the testosterone, estrogen, progesterone, so they are play an important role in the reproductions. Okay. So next one, so regarding the male reproductive system. So dear students, this is the typical structure for the male reproductive system. It was mainly consist of the organs like a, that are testes, scrotums, seminal vesicles, prostate gland, epididymis, then as well as vas deferens, then the penis. So regarding the functions of the testes, so human beings or males especially they having the a pair of testes along with the accessory ducts, glands and as well as the external genital organs. So these testes so play an important role in the productions of the sperms and as well as they are helpful for to generate the male hormones and also so they are play an important role in the secretions of the testosterone. So that testosterone, so it was involved in the development of the secondary sexual characters. So regarding the length, the testes having that is the 4 to 5 centimeter in length each testis belongs to, and regarding the width that is the 2 to 3 centimeter. And these testes, so they are, so this is the typical locations of the testes. So these testes, so they are situated outside the abdominal cavities. Okay, testes, the location is, so they are situated outside the abdominal cavity in a one pouch. So that pouch is known as the scrotums. So this is the outer layer or one pouch. So that was consist of the pair of the testes. So that outer layer or pouch is known as the scrotum. And scrotum, so it was play an important role in the to maintain the functions of the testes, or whatever the functions of testes are there. So regarding the productions of sperm or productions of the secretions of the testosterone, so that was mainly depending upon the scrotum. So testes, so they require the temperature around their environment regarding 2 to 2.5 degrees centigrade only. So if the temperature around the testes, so that is nearly 2 to 2.5 degrees centigrade, but our body temperature is around 37 degrees centigrade. But in this degree centigrade of the body temperature, so they can cause the malfunctions of the testes. So that was responsible for to cause of the infertility. So that's why the whatever the underwears they are uses or innerwear they are uses, that should be the cottons. So otherwise some people they are using the silk. Okay, so those they having enhanced the temperatures. So in the male. Okay, so to increase the temperature around the testes also increases. So that's those underwear belongs to silk. So that was responsible for to cause of the infertility in the males or to decrease the sperms number. So that's why always, so you should be prefer the cottons. Okay, they because so they do not involved in the generations of the heat. And here the scrotum, so it was maintain the temperature around the testes, that is the 2 to 2.5 degrees centigrade. It was lesser or lower than the body temperature. So that is one of the main role of the scrotum or a pouch. So that was surrounded by the each testes. Its major role is it acts as a air conditioners of for the testes. So that was maintained temperature 2 to 2.5 degrees centigrade, but the body temperature is 37 degrees centigrade. And this temperature around the testes was responsible for the spermatogenesis, or necessary for the synthesis of the sperms. It means the spermatogenesis that was occurs in the testes. Okay, so that was mainly depending upon the conditions of the scrotums. Okay, before the puberty, the scrotum is more thick. So as the puberty started, it becomes the thin. Then always from the birth itself, so that scrotum it was involved in the to maintain the temperature around 2 to 2.5 degrees centigrade surrounding the testes. So then only, so that testes was involved in the spermatogenesis or productions of the sperms. So that's why scrotum is a one pouch or layer. So they are made up of the epithelial tissues and as well as certain cartilage. Okay, they are surround the testes and maintain the temperature. So due to that, they are involved in the to support the testes and regulate the testes temperature that should be 2 to 2.5 degrees centigrade, that can favor the productions of the sperms or regulate the spermatogenesis. So next one is the seminal vesicles. So these are the main accessory glands. So these seminal vesicles, it was mainly involved in the secretions of the semens. So that semens, so it can helpful for to lubricate the sperms, or it can supply the certain nutritions. That is, it can also it can protect the sperms during the ejaculations. Okay, so that's seminal vesicles. So it can contribute the fluids to the semen productions. Next one is the prostate gland. So these are also considered as the male accessory gland. The prostate gland, so they are also participate in the secretion. So that was required for the semen production. That these they are secret the secretion. So that was known as the prostate fluid. That was the component of the semens. It is helpful for aid in the ejaculations. Okay, so that semen was secreted from the seminal vesicle, so as well as the prostate gland. Okay, so next one is the epididymis. So it is a channels. Okay, so that was helpful for to carry the sperms from the testes towards the ejaculatory ducts. So that is the role of the epididymis. And regarding the vas difference, it is also helpful for the transports of the sperms from the epidermis. So sperms, so they are secreted in the testes. Okay, so they are enters towards the bladder, towards the ejaculatory ducts where they can guard the semen along with the sperms. So those sperms they reaches toward the ejaculatory duct. So with the help of the epididymis and vas difference. Okay, so next genital organs of the male reproductive system. So that was the penis. So it is the outer organs. It is the surfaces. It was known as the glands. So that penis. So it was helpful for to transport the sperms into female. So that phenomena is known as the insemination. So the penis is helpful for the inseminations or transports of the sperm into the female genital organs. So these are the various organs along with the certain are the ducts and certain are the glands. So they are comes under the male reproductive system, and each and every parts of the male reproductive system, so they are play an important role in the reproductions of the offsprings, or simply they are play an important role in the spermatogenesis as well as the inseminations. So now we can discuss regarding the diagrammatic view of the male reproductive system. So dear students, so the human beings, so that is a male, so they will be having the two testes. Okay, so each testes, so they will be consist of the around 250 compartment. So in the testes, so these are the testes. Okay, so each testes, so they will be consist of the around 250 compartment, and these compartment is known as the testicular lobules. So this is the testicular lobule. So these are nothing but, so these are the compartment, and each testes are spaces. So these testes and each testes that was consist of the 250 compartment. So they are known as the testicular lobules, and each lobules, so they consist of the 1 to 3 coiled surfaces are highly coiled surfaces. So inside the each compartment, so they will be having the coiled surfaces are highly coiled parts. So that was known as the seminiferous lobules. So seminiferous lobules, so they are present in the, or they are the inner parts of the testicular lobules. So their structure is that is a highly coiled in nature, and each testicular lobules, so they will be consist of 1 to 3 seminiferous lobules. Okay, so seminiferous lobules only the sperms can be produced. Okay, so these are the coiled surfaces, so they are present inside the testicular lobules, and these seminiferous lobules is site for the productions of the sperm or spermatogenesis. Because so these seminiferous lobules, so they are mainly consist of the two type of cells. So those are known as the spermatogonia, or also they are known as the male germ cells, and another cell that was known as the Serotoli cell. So these are the main two type of cells. So they are found in the testes, or they are found in the seminiferous lobules, and these are play an important role in the spermatogenesis. Spermatogenesis, it is the process regarding the synthesis or productions of the sperms. The productions of sperms or spermatogenesis, it was mainly occurs in the spermatogonia or male germ cells. So these germ cells, that is the spermatogonia, so they are undergo the meiotic divisions. Okay, so they undergo the meiotic divisions. So that meiotic division is helpful for the multiplications of the sperms or productions of the sperms in the testes. And another cell, so that was found in the seminiferous lobules, so that was known as the Sertoli cells. So these cells, so they are provide the nutrition that was required for to survive the sperms, so during the storage in the testes. So after production continuous, this process will be going on, so they are stored in the same in the testes. So but those sperms, they are also required certain nutrition, so that nutrition is supplied by the serotary cells, and also whatever the nutrition component they are required for the productions of the cells, so that was supplied by the, so these serotoli cells. And regarding the seminiferous lobules, the outside of the seminiferous lobules, it will be having the space or cavity. Okay, so that was known as the interstitial space. So after outside the seminiferous lobules, so they will be having a certain space, okay, or cavity. So that was known as the interstitial space. So it consists of blood vessels as well as interstitial cells, and also they are known as the Leydig cells. Okay, so they are the interstitial space around the seminiferous each lobules. So they consist of rich blood vessels, and as well as, so they consist of the special type of the cells. So those are known as the interstitial cells or Leydig cells. So these cells, so they are play an important role in the secretions of the androgens. So like that, so androgens are nothing but testosterones. Okay, so they are secreted from the Leydig cells, so they are present in the interstitial space. Then, so that was reaches to the spermatogonia or male germ cells. Then the male germ cells, they are undergo the meiotic division, and what are the material they are required, so they can got from the serotoli cells, then they are involved in the spermatogenesis or productions of the cell. So like that, the testes, so they are mainly consist of the three types of cells. One is the Leydig cells that was involved in the secretions of androgen, and another one is the male germ cells or spermatogonia, so they are involved in the productions of the sperms, and third one is the serotoli cells, so they are involved in the to provide the nutrition that was required for the spermatogenesis or survive of the sperm. So this is regarding the diagrammatic view of the male reproductive system, so belongs to the, that is the testes. So testes, so these are the organs of the male reproductive system, so they are present outside the abdominal cavity inside a one pouch, so that pouch was known as the scrotum. So that is the exact location of the testes. Those are helpful for the productions of the sperms and as well as ejaculations or secretions of the sperms and storehouse of for the sperm. So they are each human being, so they will be having the two in number. So next one, so regarding the male accessory ducts, okay, that is the male sex accessory ducts. So the male, they will be having the mainly four ducts, that is the rate testes, vas efferentia, then epididymis, and as well as the vas deferens. So these ducts, so they are play an important role in the passage or transports of the sperms towards the ejaculatory ducts. Okay, so these ducts regarding the rate testes and vas efferentia, epidermis and vas deferens, so they are play important role in the transports of the sperms. Okay, the sperms, so already you know the sperms, so they are synthesized in the seminiferous lobules due to presence of the spermatogonia or male sperm cells. So these seminiferous lobules, so they are open in vas efferentia. So this is the vas efferentia. So this is the location. So this is the vas efferentia. So these all the small seminiferous lobules. So they are opens in the vas efferentia via, that is the rate testis. So they are open into vas directly. So through a rate testis. So rate testis, it is one type of the duct. So that was helpful for to collect the sperms from the seminiferous lobules and drain into the vas efferentia. Or it is the can channel, acts as a channel between seminiferous lobules and vas deferens. So then only whatever the sperms, so they are synthesized in the seminiferous lobules. So they are enter in the vas efferentia through a rate testis. From the vas efferentia, so this vas efferentia, so it was open in the epididymis. Okay, there is another duct. Okay, so this is the location of the epididymis ducts. Okay, it can collect the sperms from the vas deferens or vas deferens. It can drain the sperms from the seminiferous lobules into the epididymis. So then the epididymis, it is acts as the storehouse for the mature sperms. Okay, immature sperms, so they are stored here in the seminiferous lobules. But the mature sperms, so they are stored in the epidermis. And these epidermis, it will be opens in the urinary bladder via vas deferens. So this is the vas deferens. Okay, this channel is acts as the vas deferens. It was open in the here in the urinary bladder. Okay, so this vas deferens, it was helpful for to transport the mature sperms towards the ejaculatory ducts or towards the urinary bladders during the course. Okay, during the intercourse. So that's epidermis. So where the matured sperms are stored, so they are enter into the urinary bladders towards the that is the ejaculatory duct. So it was present in the opening of the urethra. So where they are drained. And same, so these ejaculatory ducts or urinary bladder, so they can guard the semen. Okay, simultaneously. So from the seminal vesicles, these seminal vesicles, so this is the location of the seminal vesicles. So these seminal vesicles, so they are present in the bladders, urinary bladder. So their major function is, so they are drain the or transport the semen towards the ejaculatory ducts when the mature sperms they are reaches to the ejaculatory ducts. So that's semen. It was helpful for to nourish the sperms. That was helpful for the as well as in the ejaculation. So these ejaculatory ducts, so they receive the semens from the seminal vesicles. Okay, so those seminal vesicles is considered as the male accessory gland. They are secret the semen. So like that, the sperms, so they are synthesized in the seminiferous lobules, and where they are immature, so after matured, so they are enters through the epidermis through a vas deferens through a with the help of the rate testes, then they are stored in the epidermis. So during the intercourse or ejaculation, so they are transport the mature sperms into the urinary bladders towards the opening of a urethra or ejaculatory ducts. Okay, so with the help of the vas deferens, then same urinary drugs, it can guard the semen. That was helpful for the ejaculations of sperms easily. Okay, they are acts some cases, so they are acts as the lubricants. Okay, also they consist of the various enzymes, so those are helpful for the fertilizations, that is the transports of the sperms into the ovums. That was mainly the movement of the sperms, so that was mainly depending upon the semens, because it is consist of the rich of enzyme, so as well as fructose. So that was helpful for insertions or fusion of the sperm, so that are with the ovum of the female. That was mainly depending upon the conditions of the seminal vesicles. or semens. So next one, so regarding the male accessory gland, so the male accessory gland, so there are mainly three types, that is the seminal vesicles. Okay, so these seminal vesicles, it was present so in the urinary bladders. Okay, so they are mainly secrete the secretion, so that was known as a semen. And semen vesicle, so it was secrete around 50 to 70% of the semen. Okay, our reserved ducts, so it can got the lubricants or semen around 50 to 70% from the seminal vesicle. So those are present in the urinary bladders. So next one is that is the prostate gland. So this is the locations of the prostate gland. It was present just below the seminal vesicles or urinary bladders. So these prostate gland, so they are also secret a certain secretion that was known as the prostate fluid. Okay, so this prostate gland, it can participate around 20 to 30% of component of the semen. Okay, remaining 20 to 30%. So that was secreted from the prostate gland. Okay, so it is also play an important role. Okay, so in to maintain the fertility in the male. Okay, due to some any other conditions or use of the certain silk cloth, so were that was responsible to cause of the prostate gland cancers also. Okay, so next one, that the accessory gland, that was known as the bulbourethral gland. So this is the, sorry, this one is the prostate gland and this one is the bulbourethral glands. So these bulbourethral glands, so they also secrete the secretion as a part of semen, and as well as, so whatever the secretion secreted from the bulbourethral gland, so that was acts as the lubrications for the penis. Okay, it is acts as the lubrications for the penis. It is also secret the part of certain secretion that was helpful for the ejaculations and even in the case of the intercourse. So regarding the semen, it was mainly consist of the fructose, calcium and certain enzymes. Okay, so they are required for the insemination as well as fertilizations of the ovules. So regarding the seminal vesicles, whatever they secrete semen, so that was consist of the rich of fructose. It is a source of energy or ATP. Okay, so it is required for sperms during the entry into the uterus. Okay, so where the sperms also survive, so due to presence of the fructose. Then prostaglandin, ascorbic acid and chelating agent. Okay, chelating agent, so they can chelate the components around the ovum membranes, then only the sperms can be enter inside the ovum. So due to presence of certain chelating agent as well as prostaglandins. Okay, this prostaglandin, it was helpful for to solidify the seminal semens. Okay, then also ascorbic acid, it is an antioxidant. It can give the protection to these sperms. Regarding the prostate, so whatever the prostate gland, so secret secretions around 20 to 30% of the semen. So it is consist of rich of zinc, then citric acid and as well as acid phosphatase and certain prostatic specific. So these are also acts as the nutritions for the sperms, or it is helpful for the inseminations or fusions of the sperm, so that is with the ovum. So next one, regarding the bulbourethral secretions or gland, so it consists of the rich of galactose as well as salicylic acid and mucus. So that's why it is acts as the lubrications for the that is the penis. So penis is the external genital organs. Okay, so this is present in the outside the body. It is major function is only, it is helpful for the insemination. That is the transports of the sperms into the female genital organ. So this is regarding the hormone control of male reproductive system. So that is the FSH and LH. So these two hormones play an important role in the to control the male reproductive function. Regarding the FSH, it acts on the serotonin cells to stimulate the spermatogenesis by enhancing the secretions of the nutrients. Then also LH acts on the Leydig cells that can stimulate the testosterone that was required for the spermatogenesis. Then that FSH LHS secretion that was mainly depending upon the hypothalamus. Hypothalamus gives signal to the anterior pituitary gland through a gonadal releasing hormone. Then pituitary gland that was involved in the sequence of FSH and LH. So this LH it acts on the Leydig cells, stimulate the testosterone, and FSH acts on the serotonin cells involved in the spermatogenesis along with the testosterone. So regarding testosterone, it is another hormone that was required for the male reproductive system. It was stimulate the spermatogenesis. It can induce the differentiations of the male accessory reproductive organs to maintain their function. It was overall, it was involved in the development of the male accessory reproductive organs. And also that the testosterone, so it was involved in the that is the maintain the development of secondary sexual characters, also stimulate the protein bone growth erythropoietic functions. It is required for the sex drive and may also enhance the aggressive behavior.